As the cameras flash and the world watches closely, King Charles III continues to command attention on the global stage, this time from the United States. Every step, every appearance, every carefully planned moment reflects the weight of the crown and the responsibility that comes with it. But as history unfolds in real time, there's an unavoidable question lingering in the background. What might have been? Because for Prince Harry, this is a moment that inevitably invites reflection. Watching from afar, it's hard not to imagine a different path, a version of events where he too stood alongside his family during these defining occasions. The grandeur, the symbolism, the legacy, it was once all within reach. And then there's Meghan Markle. For someone who embraced global visibility and influence, moments like these carry a different kind of weight. The idea of standing at the center of historic events, representing something larger than oneself, it's a powerful draw. But today, that vision feels more distant than ever. Now, to understand where things stand today, you have to look at how everything evolved. There was a time when many believed things could be reshaped, adjusted, even repaired. Public appearances, international tours, and media strategies were all seen as opportunities to redefine perception. At one point, there was even hope that a carefully planned reset could shift the narrative entirely. But as recent events have shown, that reset didn't quite land the way it was intended. Public reaction was mixed. Media coverage became increasingly critical. And perhaps most importantly, the line between public role and private identity became harder to define. Was it official? Was it personal? That uncertainty created confusion. And in the world of global attention, clarity is everything. Meanwhile, back within the core of the monarchy, a different approach was taking shape. Prince William, known for his measured and focused demeanor, has been steadily reinforcing a clear message: stability matters. Consistency matters. And above all, the role of the monarchy must remain grounded in duty, not distraction. It's not about reaction, it's about direction. Because while headlines may shift daily, long-term perception is built over time. And in that sense, the contrast between different approaches has become more visible than ever. Take international visits, for example. These aren't just symbolic gestures. They are carefully orchestrated efforts involving teams, planning, and precision. From security coordination to diplomatic messaging, every detail serves a purpose. And when done well, it shows. That's why discussions have already begun about future royal engagements, including the possibility of major visits that could further reinforce the monarchy's presence on the world stage. If those plans materialize, they won't just be events, they'll be statements. Statements about continuity, about leadership, about the future. And that's where the comparison becomes unavoidable. Because while one side is focused on rebuilding structure and maintaining tradition, the other is still navigating how to define its place in a rapidly evolving landscape. It's not necessarily about right or wrong. It's about clarity versus uncertainty. And in today's world, perception shapes reality. Now, to be fair, stepping away from a long-established institution and building something new is never easy. It comes with challenges, expectations, and constant scrutiny. Every decision is analyzed, every move interpreted. But that's exactly why consistency becomes so important. Without it, even well-intentioned efforts can appear fragmented. And this is where things get particularly interesting. Because behind all the headlines and speculation, there's a deeper story unfolding. One about identity, purpose, and direction. A story about how individuals navigate roles that are both deeply personal and profoundly public. For King Charles III, the focus appears clear. Represent, connect, and lead. Despite challenges, he continues to carry out his role with determination, balancing tradition with modern expectations. For Prince William, the approach is equally focused. Protect the institution, maintain stability, and prepare for the future. And for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the journey remains ongoing, an effort to define a new path outside the framework they once knew. But perhaps the most fascinating part of this entire story is how it continues to evolve. Because nothing in this space ever truly stands still. Public opinion shifts, opportunities arise, circumstances change, and yet certain questions remain constant. What defines success in this context? Is it influence, independence, legacy, or is it something more subtle, like stability and continuity? As the current royal visit unfolds and the world continues to watch, one thing is certain: this isn't just about a trip, a headline, or a moment in time. It's about a much bigger picture. A picture that includes history, responsibility, personal choices, and the ever-present influence of public perception. And as that picture continues to take shape, the contrast between different paths becomes clearer with every passing day. So, as we look ahead, the real question isn't just what happens next, it's how each part of this story will be remembered.